What's good, y'all? Welcome back to the channel, man. It's very frustrating here. If y'all seen the last video, we went to IFO and didn't even get to race. My water pump gear came off and it shut off the whole entire car. I tried looking everywhere around the area to see if I can find any like water pump, but there was none within like 50 miles radius. So I decided to just put it back on the trailer and tow it back home. And I've been messing around with it for the past, few days, couple days. And I changed the water pump, got a new one, got some Gates water pump installed. But when I started it, it started making a knocking noise. Mind you, I checked with my endoscope inside the cylinder to see if there was any sort of like damages that occurred when the gear came off of the water pump, but it looked clean. But when I started it, there was like a little like clanking or something. It sounds like metal clanking. So I pulled the pan off, all like my oil pickup, everything, and checked all my all my rods, and they look pretty good. The oil was clean. There was like minimal shaving, like a regular shaving on any oil. When you do oil change, you'll always see small little shavings, like little silver shavings, but there was nothing very unusual. So I started looking at it again. Come to find out, that clanking noise. Here, I'm gonna put a video up real quick. So when I heard that, I was bummed out. I thought I blew my motor. I've had this motor for like almost 10 years and I've beat the living hell out of this motor, bro. I wouldn't be mad about it because it lasted me all throughout these years anyways, but it still sucks that I would have to rebuild it if the motor was messed up. But this morning before I went to work, I decided to just go under the car, and pretty much just like look at it over again. My guy Jason told me to just get a breaker bar and put like a 19 socket on it and put it on the crank pulley bolt and just go wiggle it back and forth or move it back and forth. And then I started hearing the clunking and clunking more, and come to find out, it was my flywheel. It's very loose. So I'm gonna go down there and show you guys real quick. And yeah, it's terrifying noise, man, especially hearing it around like 2 to 3k RPM, bro. Let me go under there with my flashlight so y'all can see. This. All right, so there's my flywheel right here. So I'm laying down. Ready? Y'all see that moving? Damn. So I'm hoping that it did not mess up the thread on the crank where you put the flywheel on, because that means I'm really gonna have to pull this motor out and do a rebuild. I already have a LS bottom end right here. If it is messed up, I can just pull out the crank out of there and swap it over. But I'm gonna change my like rings and bearings and all that, so no shortcut. Might as well do it while the motor is out. But I am crossing my fingers that we don't have to do that today, or we don't have to do that at all. So today we're gonna be pulling out the transmission to see how bad the damage is. Hopefully it's just loose bolts. Alright, so before I went to work, I started pulling off a whole bunch of stuff, like the bar for my traction bar, took off my forks. Everything is disconnected. All I gotta do is take off the axles, and the transmission is pretty much ready to go, other than the like mounts. So I'm gonna go under there real quick and pull out the axle, and hopefully we don't take too long because it's freaking hot here in Seattle, bro. It's like almost 90 degrees, and we're not used to that. And I'm wearing a beanie to hide my big ass forehead. But enough talking, man. Let's go. Whoa, whoa, whoa. I forgot to drain the fluid on my transmission, so right when I pulled the axle out, it started draining. There's my rag. I'm gonna let that drain for a little bit so we don't spill all over the place. So while the oil is draining, I'm gonna start taking off all the mounts, like the one in the back, and the front passenger is gonna be the last one. Boom. Cool. 17. 19. Bam. Lower it down just a little bit. Bam. And we leaked a lot of fluid. Great. Let's go. Paper towel. Out the way. Alright. The transmission is out. Now let's go see. Damn, look at this. Sheesh. Whew. So I'm about to take off all the clutch bolts and see how bad it is, or how loose all those bolts are. So I'm gonna put you guys down probably up here and show you guys. Right, moment of truth, man. Grab this. I'm just gonna drop it. Sheesh. All right, the clutch is out. I'm gonna put this aside real quick so we're safe. And I don't know if y'all can see it, but it's loose right here. They're all freaking loose, bro. Holy shit. Look at this. One's already coming out. Loose. It's a little tight in there. Loose, loose. This one's a little tight. Look at that. Bro, I never even torqued this down to specs. That is crazy. Bro, my freaking battery died on the camera, so it did not record me taking off the flywheel. I got some bad news and some good news. The bad news first is, you know, my crankshaft is missing some of the metal parts. The good news is the threads are still good, so I'm probably gonna send it, man. I'm gonna send it. You know, it shouldn't affect anything. I'm just gonna sand it down a little bit just to get all like the raised parts all like, you know, flattened down again. I talked to a few people and they said that I could salvage my flywheel, but come look at this. It is beyond fucked up. I don't know if y'all can see it, but the chunks that are missing from my crankshaft pretty much welded on to the flywheel. So it got really hot. I don't know how long has it been since the freaking bolts loosened up. I'm pretty sure that old OEM one is stretched out. So I'm gonna be ordering new OEM hardwares like the flywheel bolts, because I'm pretty sure that thing on the LS block right now too is messed up. I don't know. I didn't take out the clutch yet, so we'll see. But as of for now, I think the smart move to do is buy a new flywheel, not risk it. Because if I reuse this, man, the chances of me having more problems is probably going to be very high. So I'd rather be a smart man and just buy a new one. $200 to $300 flywheel shouldn't hurt me, you know. Or if I want to use this one, then the chances of me blowing my motor up is very high again. So I'd rather pay $200 and be somewhat okay. But I'm gonna go look online when I go inside. Since the transmission is out right now, I'm probably gonna clean up a whole bunch of stuff in there, like clean up my motor, fix my wirings too, since it's not on the way, and probably that's about it, man, you know. So I'm gonna go order my new flywheel maybe tonight or this week, and once it comes in, we're gonna install it back on a CRX, and hopefully there's more racing this month or next month before the season ends, so I could actually go back out there and test this thing out. So other than that, man, I think that's it for today. If you guys enjoyed the video, don't forget to hit that like button. If you guys want to stick around and see more current projects and the future projects, hit that subscribe button. But on that note, I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace.